Welcome guys, this is going to be a quick tutorial on how to use Veeronica, all the intricacies on that, as well as Guest666. I'm going to do Guest666 first, and then Veeronica at this time right here, so just skip to that part of the video if you want. Let me just go on a quick shopping spree. Don't worry, this isn't going to be like a whole yap session. I'm going to be it's going to be all in a nutshell basically. So let's just look at the stats first. The main difference between him and the other killers is that he loses only 9 stamina per second compared to the other killers with 9.5, so he can run slightly longer than the other killers. He has 3 main abilities. One of these are called Demonic Pursuit. He charges forward like in a straight line. The distance is mad. However, it's like Slasher's Gashing Wound, where Guest can just block it while he's just slashing someone up. I'm not gonna go too in depth, but like this, each ability has a chance of inflicting something called hemorrhage, where he can gain blood from his attack. And I'll talk about what you need blood for later. The next one is Infernal Cry. It's his only ranged attack. It doesn't do any damage on its own. It highlights survivors to Guest666. One of Guest666's passives is any abilities that highlight survivors gives him a speed boost. This can be highly beneficial when you're at a stamina disadvantage. The third ability is called Blood Rush. Basically, it highlights all survivors on the map, but it's like the old Slasher Raging Pace where you have to stand still to do it. And I did it wrong here because I could see people. I didn't need to use this ability, so don't use it just to save time if you see someone in front of you. Now, the cool thing about Blood Rush is that it can transform into Blood Hunt when your blood is max. So remember what I was saying about blood. You collect blood by basic attacks or just by using your abilities and hitting survivors, basically. And once this reaches 150, Guest666 can use Blood Rush, now Blood Hunt, and basically all his abilities are amplified in this state. So you want to use Blood Hunt when there's a lot of people around. But what makes this ability so overpowered is that when he kills a survivor, all cooldowns are reset and the duration of Blood Hunt is extended by 15 seconds. This means that essentially, Blood Hunt can go on for as long as you want. However, if there's only one person left, the duration is set to 7 seconds, and you cannot use Blood Hunt in a last man standing. I mean, that makes sense because it's too overpowered. Just a few notes about this. Infernal Cry does do damage when you use Blood Hunt, so it's been 2 hours since the game released, so it's quite buggy. Taff got stuck into the wall. So since Infernal Cry did do damage whenever Blood Hunt is active, I just waited until I could use Blood Hunt again and just killed him by spamming Infernal Cry. Now before I showcase some skins, this is for the lore lovers. Apparently Guest666 has some relationship with Noob, and she's a girl. She's a woman. I did not know that. But for some reason, she's referenced as he when I'm reading her abilities, so I can't tell if the devs meant to set her as like female or male, so I have really no clue. So here are some skins. My favorite one is Hungry because he just looks so creepy. I mean, like, look at that face. Anyways, you can't emote even if you're in a private server, so there doesn't seem to be any unique visuals so far. Alright, now Veeronica. Her first ability is Vandalism, where she just spray paints on the wall. It can be destroyed by the killer, and it will lead to an 8-second cooldown. So basically, by spray painting, she makes an area where she can use her skate ability, where she just skates. And she uses her broadcast ability to change the traits of skate. So basically, mobile it basically enhances trick. Trick is when you press space when Veeronica is highlighted, and she does a little trick where she jumps in the air. I think it gives her a little speed boost. Next, you can change the broadcast to bumper if you want to knock the killer back. I'm not sure if they're going to adjust how far you do knock the killer back, because that is pretty far. The final broadcast you can change it to is phase, where you can phase through the killer and gain a speed boost. But while you're skating, you don't want to bump into any walls because you can take damage, and you get more damage if you're using the mobile broadcast. When in an actual round, when you use Veeronica, you have to do generators because it recharges your battery every time you do a generator puzzle. And this leads to her 4th skill, which is Activate Battery, where she can heal herself using the battery. However, she cannot use medkits or pizzas, so the only way for her to heal is by recharging her battery and then activating it to heal. She can recharge it by doing gens or just phasing through the killer or bumping into the killer using skate. Just a quick mention, you can actually rub out your graffiti if you just go up to it holding your spray bottle and just press spacebar, but I don't know how you're supposed to do that on mobile. Now here are some skins. I don't really have a favorite one because they're all just really TV screens. Maybe they'll release one that I find interesting. Here's a little bonus of Halloween skins that I can showcase. I spent 200 candies on this, what was it called again? Guest cried wolf skin, or I'm not sure if I said that right. His block and his punch don't have any special or unique effects. It's just his appearance really, and I'm not too much of a fan of it. Next is the Slasher Horseman skin. In the picture he was meant to be headless, but he's wearing a pumpkin. You need to unlock 2 Halloween skins in order to buy him. He's 100 candies. I bought the noob skin, but I'm just too lazy to show it right now. I mean, I don't think it has any special effects, just 60 candies. Anyways, his Raging Pace and his Behead are all normal slasher stuff, but his Gashing Wound is pretty cool. Has a pretty cool animation to it. Also, his ending theme, it's the same thing as like the normal slasher, but it has it has some Halloween music playing. Anyways, guys, that's all from me. But just make sure to pick up those, those Dusakar pumpkins that are all around the map each round, because they give you candies. I'm not sure if doing generators do give you candies, but I think killing survivors as a killer does give you candies. So it's best to stock up now. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe or like. I appreciate it a lot. Peace.